your PS2 guy. Yeah, your PS2 guy.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Dan Gnadt, the PS2 guy, and welcome back to This Week in PS2 History. We're looking at the week of March 8th through the 14th. This is a week where the PS2 really leaned into its experimental side, giving us games that didn't just follow the rules, they broke them. Let's look at the biggest anniversaries from this week in the past. First up, 25 years ago this week, on March 8th, 2001, Konami released Shadow of Destiny, known as Shadow of Memories in Japan and Europe. This is one of those unique games in the PS2 library. You play as Eike Kusch, who is murdered in the first 5 minutes of the game. A mysterious being gives you a time travel device to prevent your own death. It had 8 different endings and a haunting atmosphere that felt like a playable episode of The Twilight Zone. It was a true early-gen experimental title that showed the PS2 wasn't just for sports and shooters. Exactly 3 years later, on March 8th, 2004, we got a much darker experience. The Suffering landed on the PS2, blending survival horror with intense action. Set in the Abbot State Penitentiary on Gnadt Island, you played as Torque, a prisoner on death row. What made this game stand out was the creature design by the legendary Stan Winston. Each monster represented a different form of execution, from lethal injection to the electric chair. It also featured a morality system that changed Torque's ending based on whether you were a cold-blooded killer or a man seeking redemption. It's still one of the grittiest games on the system. And finally, we have to talk about March 14th, 2006. This was the day North American fans got Metal Gear Solid 3 Substance. While Snake Eater had been out for over a year, Substance was the definitive version. Most importantly, it fixed one major complaint about the original game by adding a fully controllable 3D camera. It also included the first ever Metal Gear Online, and my personal favorite, perfect ports of the original MSX, Metal Gear, and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. If you have a copy of this on your shelf, you're holding a piece of tactical espionage history. From the time-looping mystery of Shadow of Destiny to the legendary 3D camera fix in Metal Gear Solid 3, this week was a massive one for the PS2. I want to hear from you. Did you ever manage to get the best ending in Shadow of Destiny? And which Stan Winston creature from The Suffering gave you the most nightmares? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss next week's history lesson. I'm Dan Gnadt, your PS2 guy. Remember, stay retro.
Midnight strikes, the line goes wild for every retro love.